What is that? What are you trying to say when you say that?
I don't say that shit. To me, being woke though means that you understand that you ain't here forever. Facts. So with that being said, it's like you gonna live in the moment, or you gonna embrace what's waiting for you on the other side.
What does it mean to you?
It's like looking deeper beneath the surface of what things seem to be and what things could actually be instead of what things actually are.
Yeah. My grandfather used to tell me about reading between the lines. Like, there's what people say and what people really mean, right? As you can interpret what they mean, because words can be confused, right? Even in the English language, we got some words that have multiple meanings. So the way you were taught English and the way I was taught English, maybe we don't have the same understanding of a word. But if you can learn to read between the lines and understand what people are getting at and get to the real truth, I think to me, woke is like recognizing the truth versus the programming,
But the thing is, nobody got the truth. That's why we all human. Like, to me, like, and that's what makes everybody different. Truth to me only comes from God. Like, at the end of the day, a human's truth is his truth.
Facts.
Like, another man's right is another man's wrong. Another man's wrong is another man's right. So when it comes to like just being woke, you can't just even put it on truth, because what we taught as truth might be false. We just taught that and programmed that that's truth, not knowing that, you feel me, that was just made up. That's why, like, when I look for answers, I don't look for nobody who bleed like me and think like me, because I leave myself astray.
Oh shit.
So
leave yourself straight by how?
I make the wrong decisions a lot of times.
So you look for other like views and other views on life, kind of instead of just your own.
No, I don't look at other people's views. I just hope God hear me and show me. You feel me? Actually come to me.
Yeah, for real.
And
he's probably there.
And I just ask for forgiveness for being lost, because I understand that being born into this world, I was already born lost, because before I was even thought of, the world was lost. That's why it's been fucked up since day one.
Yeah.
So
we're all born into this world, and we're all lost, and we're all seeking that reality, that truth that exists, that we can't even see because we're looking through a physical, right? And the reality is spiritual, right? Because when I die, my energy and my spirit is going to go somewhere. But I guess, religion says based on how you live your life is where that goes, where you go to hell or heaven.
Well, you can see what brings people peace. To some people, peace comes from having lots of money, or peace comes from hating other people. Like, let's just use it. Let's say racist people. What brings them peace is extinguishing the opposite race. Yeah. They like that. So if they comfortable with that, that means they comfortable with living in some type of system like that forever. Some people, peace is helping people, feeding homeless and stuff. So if that makes them feel at peace, that's what they comfortable and what they want to be around forever. Like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you just gotta realize what brings you peace. Like, a lot of times what brings people peace is evil shit. A lot of times what brings you peace is good. You feel me? So you just gotta realize what yours is. And if that's what you gonna stand on, that's what you gonna stand on. You gonna go down in history some way.
So let's say like someone likes fucking like stealing and shit. So you're saying like they should continue to steal because it feels good, or
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm like, no matter if you tell a thief stealing is wrong, they still gonna be a thief.
facts?
They still gonna do what they want to do.
I see.
My whole thing is this: as a man, it's not my job to judge another man, to tell another man he ain't working out. Because at the end of the day, you living in the same life I'm living. Like, I feel like when you truly woke is when you die.
Mm-hmm.
That's whenever all the trippy woke shit happens, though, is whenever you die. That's whenever, like, all.
That's when I feel like that's when you really face reality.
It's
You
crazy.
die.
It's.
Because that's forever.
You know, about, like, when you die, there's, like, all these chemicals are released in your brain to where, like, whenever people say they come close to death, they see their life flash before their eyes.
But that's the thing. It's like, that's another man's truth.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if that's the truth. Right now, our life could be flashing for us right now. The only way we gonna know is when we die. So it's like, with that being said, it's like, it's not my whole thing is just to become better every day I do live in. I just want to fix what I fucked up yesterday. I just want to become the best me I could possibly become. You feel me? So
It's a journey, right? It's not an overnight thing. Even people that are spiritual and have wisdom, that didn't happen overnight. It took years and years of study or meditation or whatever you do to gain that level of awareness. But I think some people are happy being asleep. Like if you look around, there's people asleep all around us that are just in the system and they're happy with what the system's giving them because they don't know there's nothing outside that box. They're just they're happy. Oh, I'm happy with my expensive car. I'm happy with my mansion. But like you said, it's harder for a rich man to get to heaven than it is for a poor man. So you try and live your heaven right now. It's temporary. All this is dust. It goes back to dust.
I only know that according to what the Bible says. It's like that was a book put in front of me that gave me hints, but that was altered by men as well. So all I got is hoping that what that book's based off of me believing in God would manifest in some way in my life where I could see beyond the Bible. Where I could actually see heaven. You feel me? Because that's just a playbook to a game. It's not the official win or lose. That's like a bunch of plays you can run to try to win. And, by all means, hopefully you win.
Just like, to take the knowledge further, just like when you play football, you got your playbook, you don't execute the play, you're not going to win.
And it's really, if you find peace in, like, a sense of just accomplishment permanently in materialistic things, you shallow, period. Like, because it's something that can be manufactured, it's something that can be given and taken instantly.
Yeah.
So it's like finding.
Well, then if your piece, like you said, is in material things, when something happens, you lose your means to have the material. Now, what you have no faith in nothing else, so you're going to be miserable, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my house, I lost my car.
You shallow, yeah.
You're shallow, right?
Because these people born without legs and they got joy, you feel me?
For real.
You feel me? People can't even see, can't even hear. People that's born mentally challenged and can't even wipe their own ass, and they got more joy and just gratefulness than somebody who's had everything put in front of them.
For real.
So it's like materialistic things only can do so much for you. Because once you get, like what they say, once you get 1 million, you're not satisfied with that 1 million. You want to get another one and another one. And your whole thing is just to keep on generating more money until you become stuck in a bottomless loop of just being greedy, trying to make as much as possible. It's like, my whole thing is like, we live in a society that was built off of some type of currency that I ain't never approved of. I was just born into it. I only wanted money because my people suffered. You feel me? I was poor my whole life. We was hungry, looking for places, to stay. I've been in all type of situations that made me want to go get money. But I never wanted to get money to just have materialistic shit. Yeah, cars and whatnot is nice, but it's like that doesn't give me no sense of fulfillment.
You wanted to take
what gives me a sense of fulfillment is being able to be like, look, my people ain't got to worry about being homeless no more.
Yeah.
They can at least have a place to lay their head, and if they choose not to, that's their choice. It's not going to be because they ain't got that resource.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always wanted money. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like money itself, I see why it's the root of all evil. because if it makes you chase it, it makes you feel like that's what you need in order to survive.
But see, the money is only the tool that allows you to purchase.
But the thing
other
is, it's
things.
like the zeal and the want for money. That's what brings insanity, really, because you might have everything you need, but you still want to get more of it. You always want to double up and always want to get better. It's like man's appetite is never satisfied. Alexander the Great, he conquered the whole damn world at the time and still wasn't satisfied. It's like, and with knowing that and seeing how many times men, I'm talking about just like humans, have failed. Genghis Khan, you could bring up all these historical characters. They conquer everything. Hitler, they control the world, but it's still never enough. And it makes you just scratch your head like, okay, what is enough for you? Then you realize nothing here is enough.
Just for humans.
But
exactly, it's like but the thing is, like, humans dictate the state of the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
The way animals act is based off of how humans act. They hunt each other and kill each other because that's what we do. The economy destroys itself in terms of just coronavirus just because of what humans do. You feel me? Everything that's negative is started by another human. And it all becomes off of greed. Everything's built off of greed, and I could just take it simply to just Adam and Eve. They ate the fruit to be greedy.
But see, breaking it down to that, the serpent tempted Eve, but it was only just a thought, and Eve took the thought and ran with it, right? So, like you said,
she was deceived.
Everything in this world, all this suffering, is caused by man, because all the devil can do is influence.
The thing is, it's like people gotta realize that the devil already took an L, but like his whole goal is to make sure everyone else take an L with him, because he already know what his end goal is.
Mm-hmm.
And us living in this realm, we can choose from right and wrong, and from there, it's like we gonna either rock with the devil or we gonna try to find salvation, and what we know is God. You feel me? Sad truth is, this is the devil's world. Like, that's just what it is. This is his domain. This is his playground. This is where his energies are strongest.
It's his harvest.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's like this is where he deceived humans. You feel me? So it's like it's easier to be persuaded to do the wrong thing than the right thing. Then at the end of the day, like I said, we live in such a futuristic society where history already existed a long time, where what was right a long time ago ain't even right no more. That's wrong according to the rest of the world, because we all lost our way.
Yep.
We a bunch of chickens without heads out here, like, and it's like it's petty shit. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this is like everybody can point the finger. It's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. It's that race's fault. It's that race's fault. You feel me? Is that side of the country's fault? It's that side of the world's fault. Like everyone can point the finger, and that's what makes being human trash. Because everyone wants to play the victim, when really the only victim to like each other is the person in the mirror. You feel me? The only thing you can fix out here is yourself. Like, the only thing you could control out in this life is yourself.
So you're responsible for your own happiness, right?
Yeah, well,
no one can make you happy. No one thing can make you happy, because things you never.
You yourself can't make you happy. Like I said, that's the crazy part. You got to find something bigger than you, bigger than anybody here, and that's why people still believe in God. That's why God's mentioned in everything, even if it's Rick and Morty. They mock God like it's, but they still talking about him. So if something like God and the devil's been talked about for this long, is something real, you feel me, about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you picking what side you want to rock with. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's like some days you rock with the right side, some days you don't. That's the sucky part about living here.
So good and evil.
Some days you make the right decision. Most days you don't. Like, it's tough out here. Like, this life shit is hard for anybody.
It's never easy.
It's never easy, bro. It's like
everyone's got their own negatives. Like no, I don't know anyone who has just a fully positive life where nothing bad has ever happened.
No matter how rich, how poor he was, there's always some type of trial and tribulation, and that's why people need a savior. Mm-hmm. That's why people depend on things like faith. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because there's nothing else to depend on. There's no hope outside of that.
Out of all the materialistic
Yeah.
things.
The only hope is you only live once, so live your best life and never exist again. And I refuse to go out like that because I got people that I actually care about. That's just like me. Somebody
Trying to leave a legacy.
not even leave a legacy. I want people to find peace. I'm tired of living in this shit. You feel me? I'm tired of seeing my people live through this shit. I'm tired of seeing people I don't even know live through this shit. I'm tired of seeing simple shit like a virus kill the world. I'm tired of seeing simple shit like a man because a different color hate each other. Like I'm tired of living amongst that. I'm tired of seeing rapists and people want to touch children. And tired of just seeing bloodshed for no reason. It's like living in that type of shit. It's heavy. No matter how far you get away from it, you still living amongst it. You still share the same atmosphere. And it's like with knowing that, it makes you just sometimes feel hopeless unless you have something higher than yourself, a higher power to call on. And that's the hardest part. People got all these other higher powers to call on. I believe
false idols.
Yeah, false idols. I believe there's only one. I got them on my neck right now, man. It's like I believe in Jesus. You feel me? That's the only hope I got.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's like we're gonna be living in this wormhole of the same shit. Like if you look over time, like ain't nothing changed except for technology. We different generations, like your dad said. Generation Z, Generation X. I'm a millennial. It's like okay, at the end of the day, the shit they was doing back when he was a kid, they doing today. The only difference is technology.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. In the Earth's population, keep getting bigger and bigger. But the only thing that's changed in terms of from people's mindsets back then to now is the technology. The same, thoughts exist. The same goals exist. You feel me? Like we just in a recycled nightmare.
Yep.
So we're like, so it's like we knowing that.
So
It's hard,
I made a song called that. That's why I said it. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I made a song called that. That song I was doing that one night. That's what that shit's called, bro. But anyway, it's like with knowing that, it's like I hope when I do die, I get to see something better. Because if I wake up like it's something like this or worse, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What if it's reincarnation?
Well, it's like the whole point is just like no matter what, it's trash. I don't want nothing to do with it.
For real.
It's like there's a lot of good here, and the good I do see here, I want you feel me to be around that all the time. I don't want to find good moments. Let's say in this household, walk outside, someone gets shot innocently. You feel me? Like I don't want no one to get shot. Period. On some real shit. Like I always kept a gun because I was scared, like to lose my life. I was scared for my family, so I found a way to defend it. You feel me? That's the only reason why I wanted weapons. Now you see most of these motherfuckers out here grabbing guns just to have it. It's like they just want to kill somebody because that's the move. That's always been the move. Fucking gladiators, that shit. Like I talked about that before. Gladiators existed.
For real. Some
just
about
for people
death, people
entertainment.
are so like fantasizing.
Yeah, murder and shit. Women love that. It's like it just makes people feel. I don't know, adrenaline rush. It gives them some peace. It gives them some type of peace, apparently, because they like that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy how millions of people would pay just to see someone get like their head cut off.
Well,
like,
we watch UFC now.
Yeah, we watch UFC. Yeah, we got our own gladiators.
We got our own gladiators. It ain't, in terms of like kill to be killed, but it basically is.
And like the old West, they used to make executions all public.
Yeah.
And people just go to watch it.
There's all type of shit, bro. It's like, it's it's like I said, man, it ain't.
But I'll get like, most people are afraid to die. Most people are afraid of death. But if you're afraid of death, why? It's like a car accident. Like
because
people want to see the car accident, but you don't want to be in a car accident.
Like a roller coaster. Like
but
you feel like you get close to it.
People are afraid of death because they haven't found no sense of fulfillment, no peace. Like I can honestly say if I die today, I got a lot of shit I still need to fix, and that's why I probably ain't dead yet.
Yeah, for real.
And I got a lot of shit I want to fix, like within myself. Not even just the world. I just want to fix myself. Because I know I got a lot of negative shit. I still do. I got a lot of, and the sad part is I may or may not get to fix that. I want to fix it, though. that's my whole goal. Like I said, just to get better and just become a better man every day. That's all I can do.
Amen to that.
Yeah, for real. So
I think that's good right there, man. That's a good way to end it. Get better every day.